When we first walked through the place, we liked the location, and I liked the space because it was quite a big property.
Well, I didn't like it at first.
No.
I didn't want it. It was ugly. Custard coloured walls with green trims on the door, and mauve furniture and green carpet. It took me a lot of convincing to see the potential.
So I guess when we first moved in, I was on a promise that we would be able to renovate and change the colour schemes and so on. How do we perhaps modernise the kitchen, which to me was perfectly functional. I couldn't see anything really wrong with it. But I now see what was wrong, or what perhaps wasn't right. It was compartmentalised space in terms of living spaces.
And also I think it was about bringing the inside to the outside, putting some decking out and be able to utilise the outside space where previously we hadn't. I think the other important thing is that Cheng asked us a lot of questions about how we lived our lives. When you walk in the door, what do you do? Do you go straight to the kitchen? Do you go outside? Just tell me about what your lifestyle is like, and sort of got a better idea of how we live our lives and how we wanted to live our lives in the house and how we wanted to, utilise the spaces.
I think one of the things I found initially was that the vision that Cheng gave us for how much of a difference we could make to our lifestyle and to the space we were living in was challenging for me. But once I understood the reason for that vision and what was behind it, it all started to come together, and then I found that we developed a trust, I guess, about the details.
Yeah, that's right. And they listened. Just to give you an example, the first, I suppose, drawing of the kitchen, I looked at it and I thought, not enough cupboard space. And, we had some discussion with Cheng, and I said, well, there's not enough room for platters and stuff. And he said, oh, right. And so, he listened carefully, came back with another design which incorporated more cupboard space, and we've never looked back. It was just perfect. There are so many decisions you have to make when you're building or, renovating. And we were both working full-time, very full-time for Michael, travelling a lot with work. I couldn't commit the time to make all these decisions, to go and look at tiles and look at colours and so forth.
We simply weren't equipped to make all those decisions. And for us, we had a clear idea overall, particularly after Cheng had given us the inspiration for how best to use the space. But we couldn't possibly have made choices about tiles in the bathroom and what small change would make a big difference in terms of the look and the feel of the finished room.
For us, it was an easy process because we worked closely with both Cheng and John, and it was interesting because they gave us a carpet sample and we went, yep, we like it, that's the one. It was so simple. We just think, oh, tiles, that's perfect, exactly what we wanted. So that process became such an easy one, and for us it wasn't a lot of, the stress was reduced.
There's so much potential downstairs, which you can basically transform the whole house into a totally new house. Upstairs actually worked quite well. And one don't spend a lot of time in the bedroom.
No, we didn't change.
So we don't think it's necessary to spend a lot of money to change it drastically.
Those areas upstairs still feel a part of the whole, and yet they didn't need structural change. It was much more attention to detail that meant that overall the project was all of a piece, but costs were contained where we didn't need to spend money.
Yeah.
We would recommend Teo Perperis at any time to any of our friends, to colleagues. In fact, we have done so, and I think there's the vision, and then there is the follow through, the personal touches, the advice without feeling as if you're being directed, so that we felt empowered. We felt as if we could make decisions with good advice and knowledge.